Alright, so well, sorry for the wind noise. It's real windy, and I don't have my not able to attach my other microphone on. But anyway, so this is my Honda Elite, also known as the Lead. The designation is NHX 110. So it's actually a 108 cc's fuel injected liquid cool bike. I've had it since when did I buy this thing? I bought this thing at the end of 2010. So end of 2010, 2011, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So I had it for about 7.5 years now, I guess. 7.5 years. I basically use this as a, for the most part, as a commuter. So this is what I commute with. It's been, let's look at it. You see all kinds of scratches and dings and such. It's been around. I haven't even washed it for a few years. It hasn't been washed for a few years. It's all banged up and beat up and scratched up, and see all that. That's just actually most of it's from most of the scratches are from doing a Cannonball, and that's what I'm actually about to do this coming week, doing Cannonball. So as I said, I usually use this as a commuter bike, but I also like to travel with this too, because I like traveling slow. I like like that slow pace that you can actually see things and smell things. Unlike on a fast bike, you can't, it all kind of just goes by in a zoom. Let's look at the mileage. So it's the current mileage right now. By the time that I start Cannonball, it's gonna have right now it's at what, 400 miles, 67,400 miles. By the time I start Cannonball, it's gonna be 67,600 miles, over that actually. So this bike has been to Alaska. It's been to that was the last Cannonball, the first Cannonball, last Cannonball that I did. It's been to Alaska. That's where it started, and it ended in New Orleans. And after I got to New Orleans, I rode down to Key West, since Key West and New Orleans is basically right around the corner from each other, more or less. So yeah, so this is my bike that I'm gonna use again in this year's Cannonball, and it's actually gonna start when, let me see what's today. Today is Tuesday, so it starts this Saturday, and I barely just started to begin to get my stuff together. I haven't actually got everything together yet, but I have an idea of what I need in my head. So I'm just, this video is just to show the bike basically. So stock, this bike only does about 52, 53 or so miles an hour. So the needle will go up to about, right, let's see, that's 60, that's 55. The needle will stock, it will go to about right there, about 52.5 miles an hour. I basically put an oversized tire on here. So this tire here is bigger than stock. This is a 4-inch by 10. Stock is 190, so diameter is a little bit bigger on this one. All right. I also put a larger tire in the back. The front. Stock is a 90/90, so this one's a 190. And the reason why I use 190 is because basically the 90/90 size, 90/90/12, it's not really available in the U.S. It's like almost impossible to find, and when you do find it, it's like the really cheap tires, and I don't like cheap tires. I like to ride high quality tires, partly because it's safer, but also you get more performance as well. Oh, I just noticed something right here. Wow, this is new. I never really noticed that before. So right here you can actually see my tire, the tire actually rubbing on this here. I never seen that before. I never noticed it before. I wonder when that happened. It looks fresh too. It looks pretty new. I wonder if it's from this new tire. Just for a while, I've been using another tire. Even though it's the same size, it could be potentially be different. But anyways, kind of throwing off topic there. So anyway, so I have oversized tires, and mainly in the back. I also have in the final drive in here. The final drive, I have a taller gearing. I think it was one tooth taller on the final drive. I forget what the tooth was. I think it went from like a, what was it, like a, oh, I can't remember now. Was it like 49 to 48 or something like that, or whatever, or one way or the other? No, it's like one tooth taller, so it makes it a little bit for the same RPM that your engine goes, the wheel will spin it a little bit faster. So anyways, this oversized tire in the back adds about, when it's new, it's, as it's wear, it actually gets smaller, right? It gets smaller in diameter. But when it's new, diameter wise, it actually adds about 2 miles an hour. My final drive adds about 2 miles an hour, maybe 3, but let's be conservative and say 2. In the transmission here, the variator, I have Dr. Pulley sliders, and that also adds about 2 miles an hour as well. So when that wears, slows down, when the tire wears, it slows down. The only one that stays constant is the gear. But anyways, these 3 things together gives me basically 6 miles an hour more on my top speed. So now, when my tires are new and the drive's new and everything, actually I could, if I don't have a headwind, I could actually get to about 58-ish or so, 58, possibly more if I don't have if I'm like tucking or I'm drafting behind like a truck or something. I could almost get to 60 almost when everything, all the drive and tires and everything is new. So again, 67,000 miles. What's new this time that I added from the last time when I did the first Cannonball, besides those gearing change, actually the back tire and the front tire, the last Cannonball I had ran the bigger tires. The thing that I added was the final drive and the Dr. Pulleys. So those 2 things add, give me a little bit more top speed. Other thing I've added after the first Cannonball is this windshield here. This windshield is gonna basically, it doesn't make the bike faster. What it does is, because it's more aerodynamic, what it does is it actually makes the bike able to sustain top speed better. So basically, like if I'm going into a headwind or whatever, I could sustain my top speed better than without having this. So it doesn't necessarily increase its top speed; it just maintains top speed better. But also, this thing blocks the wind off my chest, so the wind. So basically, I don't get cold, when as you go, and especially when it's cold during wintertime and such, you feel that coldness on your chest. So this actually blocks it off. So I have cut this. I cut this off so that way it clears. It's low enough so that way it could get airflow to my helmet. When this was high originally, it was actually probably about 6 inches so taller, maybe even more than that. It completely blocked any wind from the helmet, and it got really hot and got kind of hot and steamy in the helmet. So I cut this off as low as I can, get down as low as I can, so that way I can get airflow to my helmet, so that way it breathes nice. Let's see what else about it. For this year's Cannonball, 2018 Cannonball, I think that's about it for the bike. So that's what you see. Basically, I'll be making a few more videos just to show you what I'm doing, what my plans are, how I'm gonna tackle this year's Cannonball and be even more competitive than I was last year. All right, thanks for watching.